Today, we're going to talk about how Amazon views their end customers, how it influences the policies they pass on to sellers on the platform, and how you can adopt this mindset to win at Amazon. So most brands don't understand about how highly regarded Amazon holds the end customer and how it affects every single thing that they do. So when I say end customer, I mean the customer sitting on the other side of the computer screen or the other side of their phone and clicking buy, right? That's what I say when I say end customer, the last person that's going to receive the product, right? That's Amazon's customer. That's their focus. Actually, customer obsession is Amazon's #1 core value. I'm going to read it directly from their website. Leaders start with a customer and work backwards. They work vigorously to earn and keep customers' trust. Although leaders pay attention to competitors, they obsess over customers. So customer obsession, again, top of mind at Amazon. And they repeat this internally over and over and over again. There's actually, in a book written about Jeff Bezos and the rise of Amazon, they actually talk about how they would famously leave a empty chair open in meetings. And that empty chair, nobody could sit there. It would actually be for the customer. That would be the persona or the imaginary customer that's there in the room. That's like how seriously they took that, right? Because they would want the customer to have a seat at the table, so to speak, when they were making decisions or developing strategy, things like that. And Amazon, again, famously would shelve any ideas, even if they invested a lot of money, a lot of time into it. And if they ultimately decided that it would ultimately hurt the customer or hurt their experience, they would completely shelve the idea, right? And again, the more brands can understand this and understand this methodology, the more they can understand the rules and regulations and guidelines that Amazon makes sellers follow, right? And the more success they can see on the platform. So how does Amazon's customer obsession impact brands directly selling on Amazon? All right, so let's take a look at a couple of examples here. #1, page content. Let me use this. I love this example. Primary images. When I say primary images, that's the main image you see in the search results page. And you click on a product on Amazon and you go to and you see that main product there. What is it always? It's always on a white background, right? Fills the image space. Amazon has that requirement because they want that uniform look and feel. Customers understand and look and see the same thing over and over again. Imagine if Amazon didn't have that. People could put blue backgrounds and red backgrounds and green backgrounds on the backgrounds of the products. It would not look that great. It would not look like it does now when you look at that search results page on your phone or on your computer, right? It would look completely different. So that's one example. Another example, fulfillment. So famously, Amazon obviously has their FBA or Fulfillment by Amazon program, which is what makes one of the ways that brands can sell their products with that Prime badge on them, right? Prime delights the customer. That's the way Amazon views it. Prime allows customers to get products that used to be 2 days. Now it's 1 day or same day, depending on where you live, right? So you can order a product for the morning, it arrives at your house by the afternoon or the evening, delighting that customer. Well, they're always going to rank products that are Prime eligible high over products that are not, that are maybe fulfilled by merchant or FBM, right? We'll talk about that. So 2 products equally the same price, same number of reviews, same content, everything's the same about those. In the search result rankings, Amazon's always going to show the Prime offer higher, even if the price is a little bit higher. The reason is that's what customers want. Amazon knows that. They can see the conversion rates and stack rank those, right? They can move those up, and that's what they do. So again, when brands are thinking about fulfillment method and aren't sure if FBA is going to be right for them, and maybe it's obviously, we've covered this in other videos, there's lots of different reasons maybe why it may not be right for them. But if it's just that they don't want to do it or they don't think it's worth it, trust me, Amazon's going to, rank you higher. Also, that's what customers are going to be looking for and want. Some of the packaging and prep requirements Amazon makes sellers go through when sending their products into warehouses, into FBA. A lot of that stuff is based on customer experience. If Amazon tells you that you have to polybag an item because it's leaking or whatever, that's because they've received complaints and they want you to now have a better prep process for doing that. They want to protect that in customer experience to limit those complaints. If you are using fulfillment by merchant or FBM and you're sending out, you or your warehouse or 3PL sending out each individual order, the reason Amazon has very strict timelines and deadlines on when orders have to be shipped or when orders have to be delivered by, again, delighting the customer. They hold sellers accountable to that, and they put the metrics in place, and they will eventually suspend you or shut you down from sending out those items if you cannot adhere to those guidelines. Again, they got to protect their end customer, right? Another way to look at it, selling price, right? So Amazon wants to have the cheapest price. If Amazon finds that same product on another platform, Walmart.com, another site, your website potentially, they will what's called restrict or suppress that offer. People can still buy it, but it's not going to show up like it it would for other, if it's not unsuppressed, right? So that's when you see view available from all sellers, to click into it to see the price. Amazon wants to be the lowest price. Again, they want to protect their end customers. Their customers know that they're getting a great price on that item. Look at the account health section of Seller Central. In there, you can find all kinds of metrics and, explanations of why Amazon wants you to have a healthy seller account, right? They want you to follow these things. And if you, again, violate these rules, regulations too many times, Amazon will slap you on the wrist and then potentially go all the way as far as shutting down a brand's entire Seller Central account, famously, no matter what their volume is, right? If they're selling millions, tens of millions, hundreds of $1,000,000, Amazon has shut down accounts. More recently, some people that violated the review process, right? They've shut down huge seller accounts and huge product pages because people are violating their rules, their regulations, and violating that end customer trust, right? And then take a look at customer service issues. Customers complain. They complain to Amazon. They complain to you directly as a seller. Amazon's almost always going to take that end customer side. It's not going to be the best for your pocketbook, and it's going to be the best for your overall long-term well-being to just refund that customer, just take care of that customer and just side with them, right? And not in every situation, obviously. It's not a blanket statement, but for the most part, you've just got to, it's kind of a cost of doing business, right? And Amazon's always going to take the side of that end customer. So you always got to keep that in mind when not only dealing with customer service issues, but dealing with the platform entirety. Okay, so as a brand, how can you make this work for you, right? So first of all, put yourself in the customer's shoes, not in Amazon shoes. Put yourself in the customer's shoes. You probably have been there many times. You're the one actually buying products on Amazon, right? You want everything to look the same when you go to product pages. You want to know where you need to click to find reviews, how you check out, right? You want a certain delivery experience when that package arrives. You open it, the product's clean. It is what it says it was going to be, right? Put yourself in that customer's shoes. And then when you come up against Amazon's rules, regulations, some of the standards they may have and the things they ask of sellers, it may seem unreasonable at first. But you've got to take a step back and think, okay, is Amazon doing this to protect the customer, right? Are they obsessed with that customer? Most likely, yes, they are. And then look at that rule, regulation, standard, whatever it is, through the lens of that, right? And think, oh, the reason Amazon doesn't allow our product to be subscribe and save anymore, we couldn't keep it in stock. And it's not a great customer experience for customers to keep subscribing to products, right? And they all of a sudden this product's always out of stock, right? So again, Amazon's doing to protect that end customer, protect that. And again, the quicker you can understand that, the easier it's going to be to understand and digest all those rules and regulations and standards. Okay, here's how I see this play out for brands. So when brands come and work with us here at Sharmac, they sometimes view Amazon just as another channel, right? They view it as their Shopify site, or they're just selling to a distributor. And they don't realize sometimes the high level of kind of expectations and guidelines that Amazon has. And I like to use the example as the golden rule. And not the golden rule as do unto others as you wish to be treated, right? But the golden rule of those with the gold make the rules. Amazon is a behemoth in the e-commerce space. They can dictate to their sellers these standards. And if they don't follow them, again, Amazon will slap you on the wrist a time or two, but eventually they'll just do away with you, right? They don't have time. They don't want to deal with it. So again, you have to unfortunately just follow these. It's not really optional for the most part, right? You'd have to do it. So you have to change your mindset. You have to understand, as we talked about, this is what Amazon's thinking. This is their what they want to do. This is that customer obsession that they have. Okay, how can you don't need to take that same level of customer obsession, but just again, viewing everything that they do through the lens of that customer obsession, right? And I have to follow these rules and regulations because that's what Amazon wants. The more I can do that, the more likely I am to succeed on Amazon, because I'm not going to be having issues where, products are being taken down because of customer complaints, or, products were mislabeled. And, again, now Amazon wants proof that we've done this correctly. They want a plan of action, right? And so just understanding that. And the faster you can do that, the less stress you're going to have, and the more fulfilling also it's going to be able to sell your products on Amazon.